Hello there and welcome to News, Views and Brews with Tonya. Hi, I'm Tonya. I think that's my new intro now. And what am I drinking today? I am drinking red orange green tea from Love Drink Tea Company. And it is very, very nice. No sugar, no milk. So yeah. So in this episode, I'm hoping to get this done in 15 minutes because there's a little bit that I want to discuss. So what I want to discuss is firstly, there's been news about in the United States that a professional dancer, O'Shae Sibley, who is a black gay man of 28 years, was stabbed to death by a 17-year-old high school student after an argument at a gas station. Now, this happened on the 29th of July this year. The 17-year-old was shouting racist and homophobic comments at O'Shea and his friends. And they were just dancing to a Beyonce song. They were just voguing whilst they were filling up their car. Now, the 17-year-old, I don't know when he was, but the 17-year-old, or she was, but I'm definitely assuming it was a masculine person, has been charged with second-degree murder, criminally carrying a weapon, and for hate crime. There is a GoFundMe in support of O'Shea to cover costs, organised by Jake Kelly, who is O'Shea's father. Wow, this is for dancing, you know, like dancing and like pointing out, oh, you're gay. I'm gonna stab you in the rib and kill you. O'Shea was also standing up to his friends because he wasn't alone, and it's just absolutely abhorrent that O'Shea was killed because of this teenager who has so much hate in his heart that just by seeing a gay black man dancing whilst filling up his car at a gas station deserves to die. What is happening? Also, on the 29th of July, in Belfast, Northern Ireland, there was a Pride March to which police are treating a situation that happened there as a hate crime, as a preacher who had a public address system was shouting disgusting things to the participants about how they were rapists and child sex abusers. Not only that, but on the 13th of August, so this month, there has also been the fact that at the Two Brewers LGBTQIA+ bar in Clapham, London, there was a man who had a knife who just came up to two men, one who was 20 years old, another who was 30 years old, who was standing outside of this bar and was again stabbed. Now, luckily there were no deaths in this incident. They were both taken to hospital and luckily have been discharged. Only about 8 hours ago, there was an article posted about one of the victims, Aniello, who had posted about his experience, which I would like to read to you. So he says that, quote, "I didn't know if I was supposed to say anything. I didn't know if I should really say anything, but I suppose it feels right to. I've not been left feeling sad, nor angry or confused. I've just been left with so many questions. To think that can lead to changing a person's mind that much that they can feel it's okay to attack anyone, whatever their reasons, and how we change that. What today has strengthened in me more than ever before is that I could never and have never be prouder, happier or more comforted by the community I am lucky enough to have as my LGBTQ+ family. I would never change it for the world. I am so lucky to have all my family and friends who have reached out just to check on me today. Love you all of you. Kiss." We also have a message from Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Looking over his voting record, I have just double checked, and he has voted for gay marriage and to promote for equality and human rights. And to quote him, he said a day later, since this happened, on the 13th in the evening, he posted the next day, "This is abhorrent, no place for hate in London. It's a huge relief the victims are out of the hospital. My thoughts remain with them and their loved ones." And now police have got lines of communication for anyone who has information to contact. So this is a lot. This is a lot that is going on. A Pink News article. I'm going to put all these in the list because I have 15 minutes, and so I will list everything that I have been communicating to you with. Pink News. On the 11th of May, one of the articles mentions that discussing how the Tories, because of their anti-LGBT plus rhetoric, and how there is no commitment from government, is helping to fuel basically the hate crimes that are happening in the United Kingdom. And also the fact that there are very little of these hate crimes that actually go on to get prosecuted. There are also statistics from Stonewall, their September 2017 report discussing the hate crime statistics and discrimination in daily life. And there's also, which I'll also link up, is the UK Government Police Hate Crime Statistics, which is from 2021 to 2022, and it also does not look very good. So, what are my thoughts on all this? That this is disgusting, and the commitment to hate is just absolutely just sheer staggering. We have a 17-year-old that felt it appropriate to stab someone for dancing. We have got a preacher who thinks it's okay to slander people who are just trying to promote that they are wanting not to have this abuse and to be recognized as human beings that deserve the same rights as other people. Not to take away rights from, for example, cis straight people, but to also have those same rights. There's no taking away here. And then, of course, the stabbing, the double stabbing that happened at the Two Brewers bar by a man who decided that he would just literally stab these two men and run away. There is no words really that can express my deep found sorrow for what is happening here. We have got a situation that happened in London this month. We have got a situation that happened last month in Northern Ireland, whilst also on the exact same day having this beautiful professional dancer, O'Shae, losing his life in the most pathetic way possible by somebody who is just so fragile. That to see this results in him needing to stab to the point of murder, which it was murder, second-degree murder. How do we solve this? How do we fix these problems? It's a good question, really, isn't it? Because all we want to do is live. If we wouldn't need to, march down the streets, if we, weren't having to deal with this abuse and hate and violence and death, and LGBTQ plus spaces are so important. Being here in Andorra, in this country, it's been about 17 years, roughly, since there was an LGBT bar. And now we have one, just one, where we can go and know that people are like, I got you. I see you, I recognize you, I accept you with love, and, you know, and I think I want to finish off on this. I really don't like it when Sadiq Khan said, "My thoughts are with you." I really dislike his comment only in the sense that there is nothing he brings up to say how this is going to be dealt with. It's only about the, you know, love to the family and, you know, glad they're out of hospital and this is disgusting. But there's nothing in that quote that specifically says at that time what can be done, what he will do to help prevent this from happening again. Right? So that is something that I very much dislike when people say thoughts and prayers. We had that with Suella Bregman regarding the small boats, the 6 migrants who died at sea trying to get to the United Kingdom. And the very last point I want to make before I run out of time is I am sick to death of people saying, "I don't care if you're gay, if you're trans," and then normally they'll add like some, you know, imaginary colours at the end of that, which kind of removes what they're trying to do. And I do try and get the sentiment that, you know, it doesn't bother me that you're this, but we really need people to care. You know, if you are a supporter, if you've got a loved one, if you know, if you've got a worker, whoever you know that's LGBT plus, you know, please say that you care. Please say, "I do care that you're gay, because I want you to have the same rights as me. I do care that you're trans, because I want you to have the same rights as me." There's more hate crime towards LGBT plus people than there are cis straight people. Again, you can look at those statistics. They are there and they'll be linked. And it's just very, again, it's very anger inducing. Please care. Don't say you don't care. We need these are the reasons that we have these spaces. Again, we wouldn't need them if we were already sorted and we didn't have to fight for the rights to exist without being told that you're, you know, deviant or a child sex abuser, you know, or, you know, having racism and homophobia thrown in your face. I also believe that we need to stand more with the Black community. They are always there because, of course, a lot of them are also part of the LGBTQ plus community. But we need to do more to support, you know, people of color, because they are always there. They're always sharing our experiences along with having to deal with racism. But we never seem to quite give that same amount of love and support to them. So I'll be putting in all the links, ways to support, and so on. And I want to say thank you very much for listening to News, Views and Brews with me, Tonya. And I hope this has been thoughtful, and I hope you have a great but reflective rest of your day.